So we have one more quick video on factor abundances before we get down to what all of these videos have been leading up to, which is the Heckscher-Ohlin model. So factor abundance it's like a corollary or an analogy for product intensities, but with factor abundance we're talking about nations. So factor abundance is for nations where intensities were for products. So I'm just going to go walk you through an example and you'll see exactly what's going on. So the US has 10 units of labor and 10 units of land. So L sub US is equal to 10, and then not L, T for land sub US is equal to 10. And then the rest of the world has 20 units of labor. So labor for the rest of the world is equal to 20, and then land for the rest of the world is equal to 40. And so we want to know which country is labor abundant and which country is land abundant. So we're going to do exactly the same thing that we did for intensities, only with these facts about nations. So if we want to answer labor abundant, well, we're going to put the labor for the US over the land for the US, which is equal to 10 over 10, which is equal to 1. And we're going to compare that to the labor for the rest of the world over the land for the rest of the world, which is 20 over 40, which is equal to 1/2. And so since 1 is greater than 1/2, the US is labor abundant. The ratio of labor to land is higher in the US than it is in the rest of the world. So that's what's important, is the ratio. And I should go ahead, you know what, I'll go ahead and write this out. So this means that the ratio, the proportion of labor to land is higher in the US than it is in the rest of the world. Is higher in US than rest of the world. And so now we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing for land. And so we will go ahead and say that we'll compare the land in the US over the labor in the US, which is still 10 over 10, which is equal to 1. And we will compare that to the land in the rest of the world, which is 40, divided by the amount of labor in the rest of the world, which is 20. And that's equal to 2. So since 2 is greater than 1, the rest of the world is land abundant. And in other words, the ratio of land to labor is greater in the rest of the world than it is in the US. So that is all that you need to know about factor abundances. And now we will go on to kind of the big daddy of this entire thing, the Heckscher-Ohlin model. Okay, see you there.